signal dropped down too. So I'm sure mine did a little bit too, depending on where you're located. So I will pause here and see if anybody else out there would like to join. Give me a call, KJ6HN.
Max, we can start early, K6KY.
Yeah, what was that, John?
We can start early if you'd like.
Okay, I'm in favor of that. Let's see if we had any check-ins, though. You cut in pretty quickly. Anybody else looking to check in, give me a call, KJ6HN.
W6YEC, I didn't get you tuned in there, but I'll be here.
All right, I got a weak signal first. Can you give me the call again? Okay, I can't copy. I'll have John give it a try. And the next station, please?
Yeah, W6YEC.
George, okay. All right, I'll turn it over to you, John. There is a station in between WA6JUS and W6YEC. Weak signal, couldn't copy, and the southeast stations are coming in, so I'll leave it up to you to check who that is, and I'll turn it over to you. And if you would put me, let's see, right after Skip and just before Vaughn, K6ZTA.
Okay, what I'll do is, the reason I wanted to start a little early is so we don't lose propagation, because I've been listening for a few minutes. Actually, I've been listening since the beginning, and propagation is changing. So, Max, what I'd like to do is first, I'll ask if there are any more check-ins, and then I'll read the list to you, and you can verify that I didn't miss anybody. So, are there any other check-ins, K6KOI? I don't copy anything, and so, Max, I'm going to read the list to you, okay?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, this is kind of a reversal, but, you know, it's a good way to do it. So, the first I have on the list is KJ6HN, Max, then I've got N6AF, Chuck, then I've got K6RCL, DJ, WA6JKN, Kevin, are you with me?
Yep, and you're right on.
And I've got K6LGL, K6ZTA, W6 Delta Quebec, and okay so far?
Yep, keep going.
Okay, then I've got WB6RLC, W7MS, WA9JIB, and N6WHK, WA6JUS, possibly a weak station neither of us could copy, and then W6YEC.
Ding, 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 ding. You get the prize. Perfect recital of the check-in list.
Okay.
Back over to you.
I appreciate you doing this, and I thought I would have to leave the shack, but it didn't work out that way, so I was able to copy them down, and we've verified it. So good evening, everybody. This is John, K6KOI. Welcome to the Vintage Single Sideband Roundtable. I'm in Del Mar, California. I'm the host this evening, and tonight the station I'm using is my favorite, which is the SR2000 Hurricane, running about 1,050 watts PEP into a full wave loop, and using a Shure 444D. We meet each Tuesday evening at this frequency or near 3895, and we should all be using equipment that was manufactured before 1981. I'm going to see if we can change that, because I've got a SS9000 that was manufactured in '83, so I'm going to talk to the powers that be and see if we can change that. Anyway, right now it's before 1981. And first timers may use modern equipment if they choose. And we have a question of the evening. Here are the two questions of the evening. Describe, just by listening, the different microphones that you have in your collection. I know a lot of us like to collect microphones, myself included. And the second part, or question number 2, if you pick 2 of your favorite, maybe the 2 most favorite boat anchor rigs, what microphones do you use with those 2 rigs? Before I turn it over for the first group, I'm going to ask if there are any announcements, K6KOI. Don't hear any. So we will stand by after the first few groups for more check-ins. But right now it goes to KJ6HN, Max, to turn it over to Chuck, N6AF, to turn it over to DJ, K6RCL, and then over to Kevin, who is in Texas, remotely transmitting, calling California, WA6JKN. Given the strength of the signal, I bet it's pretty close. KJ6HN to take it, K6KY.
All right, in. KJ6HN here. Max, in Darwin, California. And before I forget, I won't be around probably for the next 2 or 3 weeks. I'll be down at my Simi Valley house having a good time.
California's coming in. But
dining out all the time, because that is one thing you cannot do in Darwin, except for the potluck parties that we're having. I'm going to miss the soldiers' potluck parties and standing around a bonfire. But yeah, that's something I've come to look forward to. And I haven't been down there for a couple of months, so I'm ready. I've got my favorite sushi restaurants all lined up, and Greek restaurants, Chinese restaurants, et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, I won't be around for the roundtable, and I won't be around for the columns net. Hopefully, I'll be back by the 3rd Friday of January to run the columns net. Maybe so, maybe no. I'll know more as things progress. I've got a lot of activities happening.
I don't remember from back in the day.
Down in Simi Valley in that area.
That SP30 yesterday.
All right, so tonight running the Signal 1 1030 and an Alpha 77SX. Not my favorite, but the favorite of everybody who hears my voice, the static D104 microphone. And I have, in my collection, which is not very big, I have Collins SM1, Collins SM2, an EV544, and this here static D104. And this question kind of got...
I had to go to radio settings here.
What is your favorite microphone? And my response is my favorite microphone is the one that everybody else likes. My voice on.
I'm still trying to get used to it.
I don't really have any preferences, but the D104 seems to be everybody else's favorite. So that's the one that I normally use. Every once in a while, I'll use the SM2. I've got good frequency. And that
for the radio, it's a matching
my
speaker for the radio.
Question of the evening. Over to Chuck at 6AF from KJ6HN and the group. All right, thanks, Max.
Got an RCA plug and a $sign.
I got an RCA plug and a $sign. I heard that in the background. I don't think that was Japan. November 6th, Alpha Fox. All right, on the TS520, and I'll answer the part B of the question, John. Right now, holding the D104, which seems to work the best. Kind of playing with my new counter here. It is the favored mic on the TS520. But I'll finish part B. But the Shure 444D is my go-to mic for definitely on the KWM2, on several other boat anchors, including the mini boat anchor, the Atlas 210X. There's just something about the 444 that it's just a very crisp
that's the first thing,
content. So anyway, here's the list. I just jumped up because I couldn't remember the exact number. And a static JT30. I think that's sometimes referred to as a bullet mic or a harp.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you just left
You could
today.
play your harmonica and dance around on the stage in a band and holding that thing with your harmonica. And
I'd put it up against this radio here any
I think
day.
you could mount a pair of those on the front of just about any
25-year-old radio.
1950s American car, and it would fit right in with those chrome grills. 444D, 450D, D104,
I mean,
Electro Voice 619 and 633, and I have a really cool
as far as here,
Heil dual element hand mic that I use on a couple of my mobile HF rigs. But anyway, 444D is the overall favorite, except this D104 on this 520. Is just a match made in ham heaven. So over to you, Kevin. Over to DJ, K6RCL and 6AM.
DJ, are you there? K6RCL, K6KY.
Yeah, man, I'm getting all kinds of stuff.
I think he has left the building. Go ahead, Kevin.
I'm up my other house here. I've got
Okay, Greg, I'll make this real quick. This is Kevin operating remotely.
You know, they had a 3000 RNL, and I was looking at the back of it. And, man, that's like
for the
way I like radios. It had a RCA jack
and
for amplifier key,
the Electro Voice 638 that I use
an RCA jack for PTT.
And then
That's the way radios should be.
specific. So I have Kenwood Kenwood microphone.
Yeah, you know, the first thing I
radios and Wacom radios
to key the amplifier.
and so on and so forth. That's pretty much the rundown. I think the D104 all my favorite.
They had 8-pin mini DINs for $7, $8, $9.
The Electro Voice
radio
38.
takes a
So
different
back
one.
to KOI. Thank you for running.
The 991 takes an 8-pin mini DIN.
Thank you for the kind words, Kevin.
Mini DIN. And
And you sound real good on your setup right now with the, I think you said KWS-1. So let me check and see if any more check-ins might be present that would like to give me their call signs. Come now, K6KOI.
W6BRY.
There's Brian, W6BRY. Anybody else? Okay. Well, Brian, it's about, 10 people or so ahead of you, so it won't be that long. And I'm going to real quickly give the rundown here before I turn it over to Skip and answer my own questions. Counted them up. I've got about 20 microphones. I know, it's compulsion. And the two favorites, I should say the favorites for the two Bodenka rigs are the Shure 444D, which I'm using right now with my favorite rig, which is the SR2000 Hurricane. And then I've got it's actually an SM3 Collins mic with the S-line, but the cartridge died. I put in a Heil HC5 with a matching transformer, and that is my favorite with that rig. Okay, so I've answered my own questions. It's over to Skip. We'll turn it over to Vaughn, ZTA. We'll turn it over to Dennis, W6 Dairy Queen, and then turn it over to Glenn, WD6 RLC, and back to me. Take it away, Skip.
Oh, I thought she was on the 101.
What's that?
Yeah.
Was there a break?
That's another QSO back in the Midwest.
Got it. They're coming in pretty darn strong. Take it away, Skip.
No, I don't think there's much difference in them.
Does anybody hear Skip?
Skip, LGL, you're up. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. It's a little bit QSB on some of the signals.
Is he there?
It's shifted very much so here.
He's talking, John.
Coast on Santa Monica. Good evening from K6LGL. By the bay here.
Yeah, I've enjoyed this one so far. I mean, it's just there's a lot to play with if you want to play.
Yeah, the bandwidth conditions are kind of bad. It started out reasonably well where everybody was some signals. Nothing. breaking the net there, John. Not hearing you too well direct.
Good evening, Walton.
And I don't have KFS because of my ISP problems there. So KFS is intermittent. I'll keep it back to you, and I guess the next one on the list was probably Max, KJ6HN, if I'm not mistaken. So let's go with that, and hey, good luck. Let's hope we can hear each other fairly.
Good night, Chris.
K6 Little Green Light, skipping Santa Monica.
How's that? We want to do
It goes over to K6ZTA.
FCDH.
Okay, let's see. Do I have it here over?
I don't know. Chuck might know what the difference is.
ZTA is asking if he's up.
I don't know.
I can't copy either one of them. The conditions really changed.
Yeah, over to K6ZTA.
Okay.
Don, what's that stand there for?
Yeah, the 10 is $1,400 right now. They got a rebate till the 31st of January. I'm not sure what the 10 costs.
And Ohio 781. So right now we're using the 10D.
I looked at the two side by side. The 710s are a little smaller and a few more buttons on it, but the displays look very similar.
Signals have really dropped out. So Dennis, I hope you stop
That's why with that can't be bought.
W6DQ, K6ZTA.
Are both of them full in?
Over to you, Dennis. W6DQ, KJ6HN.
Well,
Yeah, okay, Max. Hey, listen, I highly recommend that we QSY to 3892. I think it would be a very smart move. It'll be quieter, and people will be able to hear each other. John, what do you think?
The 17 with the full says.
Okay, hold on a sec.
I think you're right.
So
I think the 710 is a 4 SDR.
I don't think
CDX is a hybrid SDR.
Max, why don't you also make the announcement that we are now QSYing to 3892. 3892. Max, please let everybody know.
All right, John. QST. The roundtable is now moving to 3892. And to avoid the interference that we're getting. CJ682.
W6DQ on 3892.
Likewise, KJ6HN. And NY6L is Barium.
Is this frequency in use? Well, it will be shortly, W6DQ. I can't wait. I was waiting to hear John.
Well, that's dumb.
Oh, yes, indeed I am. Yeah, you went the wrong way. Oh, well, that happens to the best of us. I'm here. The problem is I'm using too much salon gear, and it goes the other direction. It's really pretty funny. Okay, so I'm going to try again for Skip, and I think he had it in the transmission. I just didn't hear any of it, so I'm going to try for Avant. K6ZTA, are you there? K6KOI. Is he there? Is ZTA on frequency?
I don't hear him, KJ6HN.
Okay, then you go ahead and take one there, Dennis, and then turn it over to Glenn, RLC, W6DQ, K6KOI. Got it, John. Okay. Well.
K6KOI at the Vineyard Single Sideband Roundtable. W6DQ here, Dennis out here in Inyo Kern. Running the KWM 380, the Alpha 87A out to the 160-meter horizontal loop full wave at 50 feet that is working marvelously. Except that there was a lot of QRM on 3895. So thanks, John, for moving down here, and really appreciate that. The Southeast guys were louder than the locals here, and they were talking about that too, that California was louder than the locals, than their locals. So great question, and I won't go through the whole list because I've got a ton of microphones. I was just totaling up. Without counting any of the carbon mics that I've got for some of my vintage gear, I've got 28 microphones that are in operating condition here. And at the top of the list is what I use on AM, which is an RCA 74B Junior ribbon microphone that just sounds marvelous. That thing is wonderful. I love that microphone. And so that's what I use on AM with the broadcast transmitter when it runs, and it's not running right now. So anyway, it's out of commission at the moment. It's 212B2 Collins mixer that I go through. This is an SM280 Collins microphone that I'm using with the KWM380, and I have a couple of these, and I like this microphone. This is a real nice sounding microphone to me. I like the way this mic works. And I use it on the Signal 1, the CX11A, and I use it on my S-Line occasionally. It works very well on all of those. But on the S-Line, I typically use either, depending on which S-Line I'm using, or the KWM2s, I've got SM2s and SM3s. I like the SM3 that I have. That's a nice sounding microphone as well, so it gets used a lot. But I've also got a gaggle of D104s. Would you believe that I've got 8 D104s, and one of them is a very, very early production D104, very different from the ones that we're familiar with in later years. And a couple of those are, I've got a Silver Eagle and a Golden Eagle that I've been trying to get rid of, but nobody seems to want it. So anyway, if anybody on here wants one of those microphones, let me know. I'll make you a deal on it. We got 664s, got a gaggle of those. The one that's kind of interesting is a Gates G300. The Gates G300 is by any other name, is an Electro Voice 664. What else is interesting here? Another ribbon mic that I use. I've got an SM330 ribbon mic, which is another nice sounding mic. I used that on AM before I got the 74B Junior, and I really like that mic. But primarily, the D104s, work well with the S-Line and the KWM2. I like that combination. I've used that combination for as long as I've had those radios, which I should mention tonight. I just celebrated my 53rd year as a licensed ham. I got my novice ticket on December 16th of 1969, and shortly thereafter I had my S-Line and a D104 that I used with that. So it's not too much later. So I've had that for a long, long time, and I like that mic. Anyway, that's it from here. I won't go into any more details. Like I say, I've got quite a list. I've probably missed a few, but I did try and collect up what I do have here, and that's all within my eyesight of where I am. So, anywho, Sean, thanks for hosting tonight. Max, thanks for taking the early. And want to wish everybody happy holidays, Merry Christmas. We'll see everybody next week. Stay safe and stay warm. And I'm going to send it over to Glenn, WB6RLC and the Vintage Single Sideband Roundtable, W6DQ.
Very good, Dennis. Thank you very much. You were anywhere from S9 to peaking a little close to 20 over. So when conditions are good, they're good, and some of the people like Skip and stuff, I couldn't hear it all. So, Anyway, Glenn here at Cathedral City, next burg over from Palm Springs, et cetera, et cetera. Rig tonight's my Swan 400. I've got a little exhaust fan going, blowing warm air on me from it. I help keeping the room warm. Anyway, let's see. So the mic's a Shure 444. Everything goes up to an off-center fed dipole at 32 feet. Anyway, so yeah, I don't have quite as many mics as Dennis does, but just on my list here is about 20. And there's a few that I didn't count. So the biggest number, I have 3 Shure 444s, 2 104s, just a regular one and a Silver Eagle. So thank you, Dennis. I don't need another one. I have 3 Turner 254Cs. Now, then, interesting about those, one is a Turner mic, but one is labeled as a Hammerlin, and one is labeled as a Johnson. So that's pretty cool. And probably a late 1920s, mid-20s carbon microphone, suspension microphone kind of a thing. Other than that, was a Turner CX crystal mic, a Turner 22D Electro Voice 664, like that mic, Electro Voice 638. Goes with the Heath Kit. A little odd one called a CalRad DM12, a Turner 44 Delta. Several statics of the early, I think some of them were built just for single sideband. DN8Z and a 10D, plus one other one of that general size and shape that, I don't know, the label's not on. And a Shure 51S plus, bunches of others, and not to bore you with any more. So yeah, that's my favorite mic. And like somebody else said, my favorite mic is the mic that everybody thinks I sound the best on, and that's the Shure 444. Try them on various and sundry radios. Try them of everything, and I just kind of keep coming back to either the D104 or the Shure 444. And let's see. It goes over to Max there. W7MS up there in the frozen Northern California area. WV6RLC.
I think it goes back to John.
Okie dokie. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it does. K6KY. I caught about half of that, Glenn. I got wise and actually put on the computer, which I hate doing. I don't like doing it. And I heard you on KFF. And let's see, so it does go to Mike, W7MS, and then over to Bob, WA9JIG, and then to Phil, N6WHK, and John, WA6JUS, and back to me. Mike, I hope I can copy it. The conditions have just turned lousy. W7MS, K6KY.
Well, thank you, John, and I'm assuming that if you can't hear me, somebody that I'm here, K6KOI, W7MS, because you've dropped out significantly in M7, and I know that if you're experiencing your local noise issues, keep it double tough for you with the shifting gears and propagation. An official W7MS Mike in Reno. This evening for the Vintage Sideband Roundtable, running the Henry Tempo 2020, that's driving a Cross 3S1, probably around 1200 watts, to the usual same old coax dipole. And I'll keep it a little short here. I think like a lot of folks have been pile of microphones, but we'll stick to the favorites, I guess. They're in subpart 2, subpart D. And of course, it's basically going to be repetition to what others have said, including Chuck. It's the 444D and the static D104 are the go-to microphones. I've got quite a pile of mics here, but most of them are for display. They may work, but not interested in, we want to have a fairly resounding presence, which of course is usually benefited by a ceramic or crystal microphone with their characteristics on the high end, or the intentional maladjustment of a dynamic microphone, which benefits the Triple 4 excellently. In fact, that's what I'm on tonight, and of course it's carrying the Swan name, which makes some of the Swan there, but it is a Triple 4D with the Swan mark on the front of it. So
So with that, demonstration video. Hopefully Bob can hear me and we can do a successful handoff. And thanks Job for running the show. Thanks Max. Enjoy your time back in Simi Valley for Christmas. And over to Bob, WA9JIB, W7MS.
Yeah, Mike, I can hear you. You're the strongest station still left. W7MS, WA9JIB. Really glad I came after you. Anyway, Bob here, locking out, try to make it quick. I'm on the MC50 mic from Kenwood, going into my helicopter's HC-30 paired with its mate, the SX-115 receiver, and the antennas, the dipole hanging off the 35-foot mast. I got a bunch of mics. Just acquired a few more. Briefly, my turners. One of these low roundtables, I won a golden cup for my Turner 454 Charlie because I said it used retro cool, and it still does. I also have a Turner Plus 3, which I think is one of the ugliest mics I own. Never used it. I got two Astatic D104s. They're on the short list of great mics. And I have a JT30 with a dead element. I'd love to use that mic because I had one as a teenager. If anybody's got an element for a JT30, get in touch with JIT through .com. Let's see, I got, I think, 3 Shure 444s or stuff like that. One of them says Johnson on it. And I would say, so my favorites is D104, well, those ones, the D104, the Turner 454 Charlie, the Astatic JT30. And for my last submittal, I got this mic. This is just so cool. I think I got it in a junk box somewhere. It's made by Shure. It's called a CR11 for Controlled Reluctance 11. It was also marketed as a Hercules in the magazines in the 1940s, I think. I don't think it's a high-end mic, but it's heavy. I don't have a stand for it. It's very cool. I want to use it at some point. And it's just, it also oozes retro cool. And it's, on the back it says Shure Chicago. Shure actually moved to Evanston, Illinois. So this dates it, I think, is maybe 51 and 40. So I haven't used it, but I love it. So anyway, Bill, WHK, WA9JIB.
November 6th, Whiskey Hotel Kilo picking it up. Well, we're running a different radio now. The Swan started acting up. It wouldn't stay on frequency, so I switched to my Heathkit HW12. And I've got several mics. I've got a Heathkit mic I'm running now. It's connected into the HW12. I've got a Shure 444 disc mic I use on the Swan normally. I've got 3 D104s, one Silver Eagle type. I got a Yaesu mic, D844, which will also work on the Swan. So that's all the mics I have at the moment. And I'm using the computer and also copying over the air. So with that, I didn't catch the station beneath me. It was too soft. So back to net control, K6KOI for the pickup on the next station, and 6WHK.
Okay, Phil, very good. WA6JUS, are you there? K6KOI.
Yes, I am. I see that you changed frequency. Unfortunately, I came down here. Did you call? I wonder if you called before. Anyway, this is a ceramic Shure microphone, a 404 or something like that. Too long to go through microphones that I have. But anyway, keep it going. K6KOI. This is WA6JUS. Okay, I got some of that, John, but your signal is just not doing well in the very short hard time copying you on KFS. The conditions are truly lousy now. I'm going to turn it over to the last two, and then I'm going to call it a night because it's really hard to hear anybody. George, I bet I can hear you. W6YEC, please turn it over to W6BRY, Brian, K6KY. Okay, John. Trying to get you tuned in now. Hold on. Hello. 1, 2. Okay, I think that's a little better. Well, not quite right on. And I didn't catch who I'm supposed to turn it to, but maybe they heard it. Anyway, W6YEC. Let's get this muted here. W6YEC. My iPad went down on me just before you turned it to me, so I had to give it back up so I could hear what's going on, although I do hear you lightly over the air, but it is kind of faded on a signal. Okay, well, we're running the Swan 500 here tonight, with one of my favorite microphones, the Electro Voice 638. That's one right now dedicated to the Swan. I've used it on many different radios, but it's dedicated to the Swan. At this point, run about 300 watts here. And the other is the Electro Voice 664, and that one's plugged into the drain. And so those would be the top two for using the vintage sideband stuff. I probably have 40 plus microphones. I don't know exactly how many, but a number of them that are very, very wonderful mics. Just the Shure 55H Elvis mic, as it were. The Shure 737A, I think, is one of the most attractive mics. And, of course, the 444T that's been mentioned. Awesome microphone. I think I have about 4 of them. And, I didn't mention the Electro Voice 611. That's a great microphone. I already mentioned the 38 and the 64. And the Turner, I have a Turner 9, which is a wonderfully designed microphone. Looks beautiful. And so does the Turner S33X. S33X. I don't use those mics on here, but they're wonderful looking microphones. And of course, this Static 104, D104 was that numbers of them. And the 10 Delta, somebody mentioned, the 10 Delta Alpha. And then I have a Johnson mic, a 3M mic. I think they both were made by Turner, probably. I got an RCA mic, but I can't remember the number on it. And we could go on and on, but those are the highlighted ones for tonight. So, whoever's supposed to pick it up next, please take it away, W6YEC. This is W6BRY, Brian, in Valley Springs, California. And I don't get out here too often, but I'm here tonight. I hope everybody can hear me. Let's see. I think if I admitted how many microphones I have here, you'd realize that I have a real problem with microphones. So I'll just say that it's well into the double digits and well into with a capital W. So I'd say my favorite microphones. Well, I'm running my Heathkit SD101 and the SD220 amplifier through a Dentron tuner because I've got an offset effect dipole and a palm that doesn't do too well to tie up the band. So anyhow, that's what I'm running. And the microphone I've got in my hand here is a EV638. And this 638 is it's not the prettiest, but it's one of my favorite. I always get good reports for it. And my second, I don't know, my microphone that I would never want to sell is a Collins SM3 that I got from Rockwell. And it's really an odd one because it's like brand new. It still had the label, the tag hanging off of it. And it looks like a military version because there's no chrome on it. There's no push to talk button or anything like that. And it's just it's a neat radio or a neat mic. And real quick, the best sounding mic I think I have is a Heil GM Vintage, and every time I run that on the S line or the KWM2, I always get asked what microphone I'm on, so it's got to be, it has a really good sound apparently. So that's all I've got, and I'll pass it back over to John. Thanks for doing the net tonight, K6KOI from W6BRY.
Okay, Brian, I got some of that. The signal was strong enough to copy it direct, and then it faded, and it faded in the KFS as well. So it is not a good night for propagation. I'm sorry about that. We did our best. I'm going to call it quits because I'm sure it's true of everybody else. I'm getting a headache.
It seems like this data crash must be some kind of a storm. I don't know. But Brian, the SB 101 and the 220 sound great. They really do. And maybe we can continue the conversation on 7155 tomorrow. I hope so. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for putting up with these lousy conditions. Started out with a bang, ended up with a whimper. K6KOI.
Hey, thanks for running the show, John.
You're down about a couple hundred hertz there, but I know your voice. So, yeah, I can still hear a few people, but I am using the Utah at this point. Are you still hearing me direct, John? Over?
Yes, I am. I'm copying you direct, and I think you're about the only one I'm copying direct.